Hello guys, this is Vysh. So we are going to do the editorial of August 3, and please see to it that you are watching every episode, because there are multiple articles which repeats in editorial. So we will not be again and again telling from the base, okay? Because news item doesn't mean reading out the news. We will tell you the static part of it. So every time we will not do the static, we will just cover the news only. So please see to it that the very first episode onwards, that is July first week we started this. So around 25-26 episodes are over. Please spend time, okay? Daily if you spend 1 hour or 2 hours, 2 to 4 episodes you can watch per day, and everything is going to be directly coming in your mains, prelims and all, okay? I'm showing you questions also, previous year papers also, so it will be coming directly. So those who watch this thing, okay, is going to be ahead of others who do not watch this, that I can guarantee you. So take it seriously. Today 3-4 articles are there, and this Bharat Mandapam, okay, this one was in news. Prime Minister inaugurated. This is like a very big convention center, a big place where meetings and everything can be conducted. G20, we are the host this year, India, so that is why this is done. All the world leaders will be coming, and this is a very remarkable architectural thing. But the UPSC perspective, there is a history connection also, so that I will tell you today. Even though it is not there directly in today's news, I always give you extra tips for your prelims and mains, so that also I will tell you, okay? So here this was inaugurated. If you see, the International Exhibition cum Convention Center, IECC complex, that's what they call it, or the Bharat Mandapam at New Delhi, okay? And the cost, you can see 2,700 crore. That video is there, the entire inside and outside of this complex. Then you will understand the cost is fully justified. That much is there, okay? Like, you know, like a statue is built at 3,000 crore. So instead of that, if this one is being built, both is needed for your tourism and everything, but this makes more sense, okay? Because the world leaders are coming. Every country has this kind of one complex will be there where world level meetings can happen. Now because India is a very big economy, more often we are going to chair various international organizations, and more often world leaders are going to come to India. So this will actually show a bigger status for India, okay? At the same event, Prime Minister has unveiled the G20 coin and G20 stamp, okay? There's two things which is as part of this G20 chair we have done. And then the seating capacity is 7,000 people, okay? 7,000 people seating capacity is there at a time, and this is bigger than the Sydney's Opera House. You would have seen that one conical kind of one shape is there, Sydney's Opera House, which is very famous structure. So that bigger than that, the seating capacity, okay? So this is India's largest MICE. If you see, MICE is meetings, incentives, conference and exhibitions. So that destination, MICE destination. And here the technical thing, the complex, these are all fine, but it has a connection with India's rich tradition also. This is name is derived from Basaveshwara's Anubhava Mantapa, okay? Basaveshwara is a very important topic. UPSC question has come already in prelims and mains. Lingayat community is there in Karnataka, and their leader of 12th century, there is a person, Basaveshwara, his poetry, these and all we teach you. I have already taught you when I did R.S. Sharma, Satish Chandra and all the textbooks. It's there free of cost. But again here, his one thing was there. It is kind of the world's first parliament you can call, okay? This Anubhava Mantapa, where these poets and everybody used to come gather, and they used to discuss many things. If you see there, Prabhudeva was the yogi who was the president of that Anubhava Mandapa, and Basaveshwara was the kind of prime minister, okay? And it's the 12th century timeline you can tell, and their poets and these reformers known as Sharanas used to come together and discuss various reforms, and the members are not elected there. The higher people there will nominate lower level people into that body, okay? So that is the basics about Anubhava Mandapa, Basaveshwara, 12th century Karnataka, okay? This much is extra GK. This is not there in your Hindu. These are extra information for your prelims, okay? And inside the building, this complex, now the modern one, walls have different symbolic representation, like Surya Shakti is there, which is showing like we are going to harness lot of solar energy power. 0 to ISRO is there, which is like India's space and technology leaps which we are doing. That is what is represented. Then Pancha Mahabhuta, where the 5 building blocks of universe, this Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal and Prithvi, that is represented. So like that, a lot of things are there. That video in YouTube, you can see a lot of people, including the government channels, have published it during the inauguration. A grand inauguration was done, because you know it's very, very important in the coming years, okay? So this is the basic prelims facts which you need, and this will be there as notes in my enrolled test series also. When you enroll, please don't miss the batch 2, okay? Batch 2, many people requested it, and that is why we have launched this. And this one, happy to see that many students from North India is enrolled this time, because last batch, till last batch, our majority of the audience are from Andhra, Tamil Nadu, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, this area, okay, Maharashtra. But now this second batch, I am noticing that from Uttarakhand, UP, Haryana, we have got the highest number of enrollment. So maybe in any WhatsApp group or anywhere, Vysh IAS, these posters and flyers were shared by someone, and so people are coming to like aware of such a thing is also existing. Okay, because we usually do not do that much marketing and publicity, but we try to make our students itself communicate with their friends, and that's how more and more people try to reach us. So please, if you are liking our videos and all, first thing you have to press that like button. I told you this paid things and courses are different. YouTube, if I have to continue to give you free knowledge every day, I need the YouTube channel to grow. So if YouTube channel has to grow, engagement has to happen. For engagement, you have to hit a like, first the subscribe button, then like and comment has to happen. Then you will comment something, I will reply to that comment. So engagement will happen, YouTube algorithm will notice it. So our videos will become more and more popular. People will start seeing it. Okay, that is why I have to keep requesting you. Ideally, you have to do it by yourself. When you come, just put an attendance kind of thing, present sir, I am watching, something you put, or I ask questions in these videos, answer that question. Okay, but please do it. At the end of the video, you forget it, and that becomes loss for us. Okay, we want engagement, we want growth, okay, in the free initiatives. So please do that. And then batch 2, come in WhatsApp and ask me, I will tell you. So today's editorials headlines, I'll tell you. This Bharat Mandapam was there mentioned in one of the articles. That's why I thought of first itself telling you. Now, this first one I will not discuss because it's like repeatedly same thing. Yesterday paper also it was there. Data, Indian data is not good. Okay, the National Sample Survey Office, Niti Aayog, everybody are making reports. So we do data collection, like how many poor people are there, how many unemployed are there, poverty, and everything we take numbers, but it's mismatching. When NSSO do, they are telling this much unemployed. When Niti Aayog tells this much unemployed, every number is mismatched. So a new committee under Pranab Sen, one person, is the chief statistician of India. Under him a committee is there, they are working. So every day some debate is happening, and they are just put it. Okay, so there's nothing to discuss there. Then this one we will discuss G20 summit, India's progress and the new thing and all. So that is where Bharat Mandapam was mentioned. So that article I will discuss in detail, and then this also we will discuss in detail. This is about the tech startups, meaning startups we know, like education startups are there, many startups are there, but tech startup meaning the new technology, artificial intelligence, that is now booming. So that we will discuss. Okay, and then this one, if you see, this is Modi's state visit. We already done 2-3 videos. Modi went there as a guest and not like a regular visit. So it was like grand welcome. Then Modi gave a lot of gifts to Biden, and grand dinner was arranged. So that and all. And then we will be stepping to the next level of trade relationship. That only they have discussed here. Okay, the first state visit is going to transform to a greater trade. So that article I am not discussing. It's just two people talking about their opinions. There's nothing much there. Okay, then this one we will discuss. This is this coup in Niger. Okay, coup means military is taking over the democratically elected government, and that is a repeat UPSC question now. Last 3 years prelims, back to back African countries and military coups are being asked. So that also including previous year questions I'll show you, and that you can answer in comment section also. Okay, and this one charts and graph today is about this jobs, again the numbers. Okay, that first article and this is kind of same. How many people are employed, how many people are unemployed, how do they take the numbers? You go and check like how many people are paying that monthly provident fund share. Okay, because when you are employed in a big company, you will obviously have that EPFO or pension, this and all contribution will be going. So based on that, they're telling, okay, this much money is coming every time, every month or every year. That means, okay, that many people are employed. So that also people are questioning and telling it is not a formal job, informal job, no proper count is there. With that, you cannot rely. And India's and China's example also they're covering, but the charts I did not find much interesting today. So that is not required. Okay, then this one is usually the state articles, local articles we don't discuss. But if there are important points, I tell you. Okay, you know Manipur issue is there. Manipur is burning, and in Manipur the different communities, meaning the Meitei community which is in the valley. Okay, Imphal Valley. Imphal is the capital of Manipur. Valley, it's like Manipur's map. If you take center is kind of valley. Okay, and surrounded by hills and forest. So in the valley, Meitei people are living. In the hills, this Kuki, Zomi people are living. Okay, so there is problem of like one is the ST status and all that is there. One judgment came by the court, and that is why they are fighting. Other like the people in the valley cannot go and buy land in the forest, but people in the forest can come to the valley and buy land. So that issue is also there. So they are telling we need autonomy, we need a separate country, separate state, that and all is going on. So that is the fight. But here they are telling in this article, Mizoram's benefit when Manipur is burning. Okay, political benefit. Okay, so that how it is, I will try to explain. Now recently in Manipur they are fighting. The Meiteis versus Kuki Zomi are fighting, I told you. Meanwhile, in Mizoram, a local election happened, a municipal election happened, where these two parties were competing. Okay, one is the ruling Mizo National Front Party, and one is this Zoram People's Movement Party. Okay, so what happened is this Zoram Party defeated the ruling party in the local election. It is not the main state election. Main state election is going to happen now in December. Okay, November, December time, the state election is going to happen there. So now when the ruling party got a little bit lost they faced in this local election, this Lunglei municipal council election, they are now worried now a little bit. Will we now get defeated in the main election also in the state? That concern. But how is it related to the Manipur issue? That is the thing which is extra which you have to study. So that MNF, meaning the ruling party, is actually led by Mizo tribe people. Okay, in the Mizoram, there is a Mizo tribe, that's the name, Mizo National Front, right? So Mizo people are ruling. So Mizo is actually related to these Kuki Zomis which are there in Manipur, which is also related to the Chins of Myanmar or the Kuki Chins of Bangladesh, because all these are from the parent tribal community called Zo community. Okay, this is the GK for you. There is a Zo community. Under that, there are wings or different types of tribes, which is Kuki Chins in Bangladesh, Chins in Myanmar, Kuki Zomi, which is in Manipur, who are like fighting now. And you know that two women were paraded nakedly. That is actually Kuki Zomi women. Okay, and other is Metis, that in other place. So now this Mizos in Mizoram is related to the Kuki Zomi in Manipur. So here when election comes and all, obviously here people will take out that issue, right? See, our people are suffering there, it's our people. So that kind of thing and all happened. So they are doing that gaming. In this situation, they are using it for political reasons. So they thought more votes you will get because you are supporting them, and so Mizo sentiments you can use, and like that they were doing. But ultimately they lost actually. Mizo National Front, that person actually lost the election even after doing all this. So just that connection. Okay, and in this article they have given this. That person, Mr. Zoram Thanga, he is the head of that who lost now, meaning in the local election. Mizo National Front, he is the president. So he is telling against that thing which that parade and all of women which happened, ethnic cleansing of Kuki Zo women, that is telling. And he is telling this line, if you see, he tweeted, there is bloodshed all over with no iota of doubt. Those victims are my kin, my own blood. Should we quieten the situation by just being silent? Meaning he is trying to provoke the people, and he is like, that is in Mizoram election, he is telling something about the Manipur violence. Okay, telling that I am related to those people who are suffering there, not the Maiti, the other people. Okay, the Kuki Zomi people, because it's from the same tribe. So again, people did not accept that kind of games which he is doing. So again, everybody started responding also. One thing in the Manipur, obviously, the other people, the Maiti will not be happy. Maiti people started burning his effigies and all, meaning his that dummy kind of thing you make and burn it on the road, and told you focus on your own state. Okay, and they reminded him like the atrocities which you people also did. Mizo people, this person, Zoram Thang, Mizo people, you also once upon a time, when Tripura's people were there, you did torture to them also. Okay, this Chakma and Bru tribe is there. That also is a very big issue which now our Home Minister Amit Shah and everybody is trying to solve it. Okay, the Bru related thing, the settling of people. Okay, so there you people also on the Mizos in the minority tribe of Chakma and Bru, you also made them run away to Tripura in 1997, and now the government is trying to bring back to Mizoram. So you first look the problems in your state. Okay, even Chakma students educational quota in technical courses from 4% to 1% you reduced. So you are doing all the things to your community people, and then you are coming and questioning something happened in the other state that we won't accept. So like that, whatever he tried is actually backfired, and that's why he lost election also. So now we can't tell what will happen today, this year end when actual state election happens, what will happen, we don't know. So this is the thing which I found it. So because I found it interesting, that's something, once when something about a state comes very interesting, I will tell you once. Next time when this article comes, I will directly tell you MNF party and ZPM party. That time, except if you did not watch the previous episode, it will not make any sense to you. Every time we cannot tell you the history of it. Okay, this is the basics. Okay, so now it's clear. Mizoram, Manipur, whichever state in India you are, you got an idea what is happening there. Okay, the stakeholders you got. Then it's just building up the news. Okay, this is how you should prepare for UPSC. Not like end of the year, take a coaching notes and by heart. That will not work. You have to have that daily tracking of things happening in our country. Okay, so this is it. Now, any doubts about foundation, notes making, everything, please see this. Don't repeat this question in comment section or in my WhatsApp. Anything unique is there, you come and ask. Okay, WhatsApp number is given on the screen. So now, military coup in Niger. So that first thing is the map where it is, that I will show you. But before that, two prelims question which came back to back in 2023 and 22. One is, in the recent years, these places, Chad, Guinea, Mali and Sudan, caught international attention for which one of the following reasons common to all of them. Okay, so this in comment section you should tell me the answer. Okay, because already it's out, you can Google and find out the answer. rare earth element, Chinese military bases, Sahara Desert, successful coup. This actually, it's repeat, 2022 also the same question was there that I'm not showing you here. The same chart and this Chinese military base and this and all was there in 2022 also. So they're back to back. Africa is the focus to them. Okay, because they understood that entire India, Central Asia, Israel, Middle East, this and all already everybody are preparing and coming. So let's now focus on Africa, because that usually nobody teaches you. But daily, if you had followed current affairs or Vysh IAS magazines and all, it was everything was there in our test series. Okay, because all these are very popular news when a military coup happened or a democracy gets unstable. Okay, so that is the first question. So you have to tell what is the answer. And the second one, Levant. Okay, so it's a region in news you can tell. So which region it is? Is it along the Mediterranean shore? It is along the North African shore up to Egypt to Morocco. It is along the Persian Gulf and Horn of Africa. It is entire coastal area of Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so this you have to tell. Levant is referring to what? It's almost very close options. If you see, all the 4 areas in the map is almost in the same area only. Just the wording, okay, east, west, north, like that, they have just changed the directions. It's almost the same area. So that much close options are coming in exam that UPSC want to trouble even the people who prepared and went. Okay, because even you prepare, these options will confuse you. Whether I should do A or D or B, it will get confused. Okay, so these are the 2 questions here. And now, this map, if you see, Sahel region, Sahel is going to be asked in prelims again and again. It was once upon a time back to back it was asked. Okay, same like we asked Levant countries, which are the countries or which is the region. Sahel countries also, around 11 countries you can see here, whichever is in grey color. Senegal, Mauritania, Mali, Burkina Faso, then Nigeria, Niger. Okay, Niger is the one we are discussing today's article. Chad, Sudan, South Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea. Okay, South Sudan, why it's important? It is the youngest country in the world, meaning 2011 only that country was formed. There was civil war between Sudan and South Sudan, and then South Sudan became a separate country. It is a kind of a newest country you can tell. After that also small country would have formed, but a newest big country you can tell is South Sudan. In 2011 it became a country, and now it's I think part of the UN also. So there the pink color is the Sahel region actually, and the grey color is, that is why the Sahel countries, because portions of those 11 countries are there touching that. Okay, above Sahel that desert is Sahara Desert, and below, you know, many greenery are there little bit. When we study temperate forest and tropical forest and all in our geography, that time what is the correct names of those grasslands I have taught you. Okay, so that is different. So political map and even the latitude I am showing, because UPSC is asking that also. If you see, it's around the Tropic of Cancer region you can tell. Okay, 23.5 degree around that region, or below 20, that area is the Sahel countries and Sahel thing. Okay, that line only will reach till India also, through Gujarat it will pass, the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so it's much above the equator. UPSC will ask that Sahel is like spreading across like North Hemisphere and South Hemisphere. Then it will be wrong. It is in the completely in the Northern Hemisphere. So this is the Sahel. Now the military coup in Niger. Okay, so there what happened is the president of Niger, he was ousted, meaning he is like toppled and he is gone now on July 26. So this is a blow against the political stability in this nascent democracy, meaning a new democracy which was recently formed only. There, see, 2021 only he became president, and this country is Western Africa's, you can tell, first peaceful democratic country after, it was once upon a time under France. Okay, like India was under British, Niger was under France. Most of those colonies are under like French colonies. So 1960 this became a country or independent, and then 21 this person is the president where proper democracy had come, and then now this coup has come, and this full area is like coup ridden area. And this president, after becoming independent also, he maintained good relationship or good security partnership with the USA and the France, and so their troops are still here. Their troops are still here even after becoming independent. Okay, so now pressure was building on the president that you are not meeting people's expectation. You are still like a slave. You are still dependent on France. We have made them go away. Now we are independent. Still you are doing. So that problem was there. Okay, so sections of the military was also frustrated with this. And another problem, this is one thing, France. Another thing is the terrorist. Okay, Al-Qaeda or any big jihadist group is there, right? That is all very widespread in that Sahel region, and across that all 11 countries, this problem is there. On top of that, they have their poverty, hunger, malnutrition, water is not there, desertification, all that natural geographical problems is there. On top of that, this man-made terrorism problem is there. Then this president's favoring France is there. So multiple problems are there in this area. Okay, so president tried many steps to reduce the military's influence. Okay, military should not go against the government, but he tried many things. He tried many forcefully. He made many people retired. Okay, many people who will maybe come at you, like in action. Such people he has actually made him forcefully retire, then sent others abroad and cut back on the perks given to the presidential guard. Okay, presidential guard is also your military. There, whatever benefits, incentives, everything was cut short so that they don't have any investment or thing to come and use the weaponry and come to you. Okay, so but the public was also growing wary of the administration and also the jihadist attack. Okay, so now when this all situation, so military understood that we have the support of the people, so exploited that public sentiment, and then they decided to oust the government or throw the government from power. Okay, so that the situation has now economically, socially, everything gone worse in Niger. So USA and France see Niger, the largest country in West Africa, as a bulwark against Islamist insurgency. Meaning USA and France, they directly never do anything against terrorists. They will come and keep funding these people who are there, the other countries, and then act as if they are wanting peace. And wherever USA has gone, they have spoiled that thing only. They went to Afghanistan, how Afghanistan is. They went to Iran, how Iran is, or Iraq. Wherever they have gone, they have spoiled that place only. So indirectly they keep doing something, and they thought as a shield you can use this country and then fight against the terrorist and all. Al-Qaeda, Islamic State, other jihadist group, everybody are operating in Sahel area, especially in Niger, Burkina Faso and Mali. Okay. This Burkina Faso is important in the map, okay, because the international, this thing will be there, right? The timeline, I think it goes through that. Okay, Greenwich Meridian, which comes from UK, that line, longitude line in geography which you study, that passes through African certain countries. Okay, so it passes through this also. So now they are listing some countries. Mali and Burkina Faso, military coup was there in 21 and 22, and UN peacekeepers, whoever came there, everybody were thrown out. So it's nowhere it is successful. Everywhere the government is gone and military is taken over. Okay, in Niger also now, Niger's capital is Niamey. There people are holding Russian flags and all and support and telling French people go away. Meaning maybe Russia is also funding here. Everybody are involved here. Okay, so they are not liking the French presence. The French presence, then the lack of West successfully fighting against terrorism. This all added to the sentiments of the people, which the military understood. So the power-hungry generals who wanted to come back in power used this and then spoiled the democratic practices, and now nobody is there in democratic power. Okay, then there is a grouping, a regional group, France and the Economic Community of the West African States. Okay, Economic Community of the West African States. There is a community. So that grouping, they have issued an ultimatum to these people to restore the president. Okay. But they are still afraid also, like what if they don't listen, then it will become war, right? And they don't want war also. So but a military intervention would further destabilize the country, helping the insurgents to exploit the chaos. Meaning you both are fighting, the jihadists will be more happy. They will again make use of situation, and like Taliban came to power in Afghanistan, now they may come to power in Afghanistan. So everybody are confused what to do this. So now they are telling instead the USA and France, which still have some influence in Niger, should push for talks between the generals and the president, seeking an amicable settlement of the disputes and restoration of democracy. Meaning instead of fighting, talk peacefully, some treaty you sign, something you do, and then tell that our main issue is terrorist. Okay, you all should come in one side and don't play this military versus democracy. Okay, so that is how the situation is. So again, now in future when Niger something comes, I will not discuss. Only if extra point is there, that news I will tell you. So like that, please watch every day so that you get the static part of everything. Now Bharat Mandapam we already discussed in the second article, which is about India and G20 and G7. It is mentioned. Okay, so G7, G20, again beginners will not know. So one time I will tell you the static part of it. G7 is a country. First it used to be G8. Okay, you can see the country names there. The rich countries you can tell, developed countries, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, UK, USA, and Russia used to be there. Okay, so 8 countries used to be there. 2014, when that Russia attacked Ukraine, that time also they attacked, and Crimea, one port is there, one small island kind of place is there, which is in the Black Sea. In map you can go and see that Crimea, Russia took over. So that everybody, world powers, they were like, they told Russia, you have done wrong, this is not correct. So they threw Russia out of G8. That is how it became G7. Okay, so now Russia is not part of it. It is a G7 grouping. But initially, this G8 was formed in 1975. Okay, that oil crisis which we had in 1973 and many things. That also you will study when that news item come. So full capitalist, industrialized, developed countries is G7. Okay, but after few years, they understood that the world is not like, we cannot run with these 7 countries alone. governance you cannot do. You need to involve other countries who are developing and big economies like India, South Africa, Brazil, China. You have to involve everyone. So then they thought of making something called G20. Okay, so in G20, if you see, 19 countries plus the European Union is there. Okay, in G7 also it is there, but their European Union is like a non-member, kind of associate member, they are there. In G20, properly as a member they are there. 19 countries plus 20th member is European Union. Okay, so there again, international relations, the fiscal, FIS, okay, a fiscal thing, that is the money related problems which every country is facing, how to fight against climate change. So these G20 people will come together and discuss, and that is what India is the chair this year. Every year it's like rotation basis, somebody will become chair. India is chair this year, and so everyone, G20 leaders will come to India. Okay, so it's going to be a grand event. So 26 September 1999 it was established, and the country names you can see. This is a prelims question. Okay, everybody thought UPSC will not ask because 20 countries are there, but UPSC asked. They gave like option A 4 countries, option B 4 countries, like that 16 countries they gave in 4 options. One of the country alone they made it wrong purposely. In option B or something, 3 were correct, 1 was wrong. So they asked like which one is the incorrect grouping, incorrect countries, which is not part of G20. That means you had to know all the 20 countries, only then you could solve it. So this list you have to by heart. There are tricks for it. I have already taught it in multiple videos. Start watching every video of Vysh IAS or enroll to my test series where 100% everything is anyway covered in notes format. Okay, so if you study Vysh IAS alone, you will complete every syllabus. That's my guarantee. Whatever UPSC asks, 100 plus marks you will get it from my lectures and test series, but you have to study it religiously. You partially see 10 episodes of editorial, just solve 2 questions of my test series, it won't work. Fully 1 year you study, guaranteely you will complete your syllabus, that I can assure you. Okay, so this is the basics of G7 and G20 grouping. So now here in this article they are telling G20 provided Modi a proper opportune stage before the next elections. 24 elections is coming, and you know how the BJP works. The Prime Minister, the cabinet is excellent in scheduling their event. Okay, you will always notice they start projects in such a way that before the election many things get completed. Okay, like if 2019 they came to power, they would have decided, they know that next election is 2024. They will very cleverly keep like, okay, do the parliament by 2023, do the new parliament, do the Ram Mandir by 2024 January, do the Vande Bharat by this time. They very cleverly do it. So good thing is that people are getting development and infrastructure because they want to show that Vikas development, that is our agenda, that they want to show that is good thing. But he very cleverly places everything. G20 summit is also like that one event which will be one of the most grand event where entire world country will come. India's status in the world stage will be like at the peak when this thing happens. So that is why this is a very good opportunity for Modi before the elections in 2024 to get the global support also. Okay. So G20 is being led by India now, which is India is now world's most populous country. And as I told, 30 years G7 group understood that to solve the entire world financial problems, we need to expand it to G20. That's what I already told you, by adding India, China, Russia, Brazil and all. But again, USA, who is there in G7 and G20, they are actually now in fight with Russia also, China also. So they actually want to make them go away, either make a new group with India and all. That's why they are making Quad and many other groups they are making. But India will not be like a slave to USA. Okay, India is not easily swayed by pressure from the G7. It wants the G20 to concentrate on 90% of the humanity outside the G7. Okay, because G7 doesn't have much population. If you see Canada, Russia, these are all big Russia is not there, Canada and all, they are developed countries, but they have very less people, very less population. So India is bothered more about the 90% of humanity outside the G7. So for India, G20 is major thing, not G7. Okay, India is not part of G7 also. So global governance is in bad shape. So the author is telling the trajectory of progress must change. The way we are approaching progress, it should change. Okay, so this people are fighting. They are telling about this only, Russia, Ukraine, or North Korea, South Korea, India, Pakistan, China, and sometimes India. So these are all, this fighting and this thing won't work. Okay, they are telling, while many millions are trying to like cross borders and oceans like refugees and this thing, that things problems are going on. You know, Mexico, people are trying to get into USA, or some like in our India also, in different state, people are trying to flee away from one state and go to another. This border issues are going on. Same time, 3 multi-billionaire are there. Okay, Elon Musk is there and another 2 people are there. If you know that Virgin Galactic, that one company is there. These 3 billionaires are making space tourism. Okay, meaning that much, when people here are not able to cross borders for this thing, here they are telling about crossing the border of the earth itself and go outside to space. So that they have given a drastic comparison. They are showing the condition of the earth. Okay, 90% people are struggling here, and 3 people are with a handful of wealth is trying to make again thousands of dollars by this space tourism for a borderless space tourism. Okay, so that drastic is a good comparison you can use in your answer when you want to show this rich and poor this thing. Okay, the difference. So humanity cannot carry on the way it is now. Trajectory has to be changed to a more sustainable way. Okay, so economics, you know, they will put numbers. They will tell, okay, this is the numbers, this economic poverty is reducing, malnutrition, everything is in numbers. But if you need to know the real thing, real people who are struggling, the statistics number won't work. You have to go to the ground level. You have to understand the people's local issues. Then you have to work for a sustainable and equitable thing. Meaning equitable means everybody should get the same thing. Not like some people getting richer, some people getting climate benefits and all. Everybody should get the same thing. So India as a chair, you know, we have this motto which we tell, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that is one earth, one family, one future. So we believe in like world together should have a better future. Okay. So again, Albert Einstein's one line is there: to continue to solve systematic problems with the same approach that caused them is madness. Meaning you did something all these years, that is why we have all the problems. Now you continue the same approach and then expect that you will solve the problem. It will not happen. Okay, what caused the problem? The systematic problem with the same approach that caused them. Okay, so that is madness. So this also you can use as an opening line when a question comes on sustainable development. Okay, this and all is important. Maybe you don't know. Writing UPSC answer is not like you are writing your school level answer. You have to make the examiner get attracted to your paper. Seeing that opening line or that catchy heading or underline or bulleting, they should feel like, okay, this person is like brilliant. He knows everything. He knows the concept. He knows what is the latest update. He has highlighted the important thing. I just have to give marks. Okay, simply if you write like fooling the examiner, which we do in school days, we all do that. Simply we write round and round and round to make it look bigger. That doesn't work in UPSC. Okay, first of all, even if it's the best answer, right, a 15 marker question, they will give you only 7 or 8. Don't expect 15 out of 15. This is what coaching class are doing. They are giving like, okay, 14 out of 15, 12 out of 15. So you get very happy seeing the coaching class marks. That is not what you will get in UPSC. You take the last year's topper. The topper's mark is 50%. Okay, out of the 1,750 in mains, 7 papers, you will get only half of that, 900, 1,000. That is what you will get, the topper itself. So that's why I'm telling, our correction is in that model. Vysh IAS, when I do correction, I give you strict on UPSC basis. If your answer is junk or invalid, we will strike it off and tell you why it's invalid. Then we'll give you a model answer also. So like that, learn from a proper source. Okay, then only you will, by that time, 1 year it takes. It's not like one day you do 10 tests and then you're ready for exam. You have to like this gather knowledge, use it in exam, get it reviewed by someone, then work upon it, study the actual answer, then again practice. This thing has to happen over a year. That's how you prepare for UPSC. Many don't know that. That's why many are failing also. Okay. So now we know we have the Sustainable Development Goals plan. Okay, earlier we have the Millennium Development Goal, MDG. Okay, which by 2005 or 10 or something it got expired and now over. Now we made a new thing by from 2015 to 30. We will have Sustainable Development Goal, SDG. 17 goals are there. Under each goal some targets are there. Total 169 target. So 17169. 17 goal, 169 target, which we all have to work together achieve by 2030. Okay, meaning end poverty and malnutrition. There are 17 goals. That also you have to by heart. Okay, which are the goals? So time is running out. Climate change is racing ahead. And rich countries are not providing the proper solutions. They are not giving the proper funding as promised. Nothing is happening. And all 17 problems do not appear in every country. Okay, like if suppose there is a problem like desertification you have to solve, that will not be there in like polar areas or like a very rainy area. Okay, so everybody's problems are different. Every 17 problem may not apply to everyone. If it applies also, it will not be in the same form. Okay, you know, India's itself, like we have almost every climate of the world. Everything is there in India. We have the ice mountains also. We have the Thar desert also. We have the wettest this thing, forest, evergreen forest also, rainy forest, Deccan plateau, volcanoes. India has every climate of the world. Okay, I don't think there is any other country which has everything like this. So problems vary regionally. They are telling environmental problems are not same in Canada and Barbados. Okay, two extremes they are taking. Then opportunity for decent work, which is the SDG goal number 8, are inadequate everywhere, but much fewer in countries in the global south than in the north. So they're telling again work related issues and all. Maybe in some countries it's not at all a problem, but some countries it is a problem. And no country has only one of the SDG problem. Every country has at least 6 or 7. Okay, out of the 17, 6 or 7 are common in almost every country. Okay, so calculations they are telling out of the possible 17, 7 are there. So 98 million different combinations are there. So that and all is numbers. So like that everybody has problem. So one global solution is not enough, meaning this one size fit all, that doesn't work. You have to check what is the local level problem, ask them, the people on the ground what is their issue, and you should involve the locals. So here one institute's report also they are telling, McKinsey Global Institute, they produced a map about the realities in the ground level. For that what they did, first they divided the full world into micro regions. If you see 40,000 micro regions, they made it. Okay. And they named it Pixels of Progress, that report name. December 22, they made this report, and there they zooms into the problems, actual progress on the ground with the actual statistics won't reveal. Okay, I told you we take numbers and data and all, that is different. Country level you take by interviewing 10 people, you get a report. Here the proper 40,000 zoomed in areas, you check the different problems and you gave that data. Okay, so they used life expectancy, income of people, well-being of people, multiple things they used. Okay, and the report concludes that the growth of GDP at a country level, okay, the Indian like GDP suppose increasing, that only explains 20% of the progress of the complete ground level issues. Remaining are 80%, which is local and specific. Okay, you simply tell, okay, India's GDP became like this much, we are third largest economy, $5 trillion economy. That doesn't mean our problems are getting solved. 80% of the problems are still in the local level. Okay. So you need local solutions and top-down approach, okay, which you know now, Niti Aayog was there. Before that we had a planning commission. Planning commission was deleted and that's how Niti Aayog came. Planning commission used to have a top-down approach, meaning the center and some people will decide, okay, give like 1 crore for this thing, 1 crore for this thing, 1 crore for this thing. That is why Rajiv Gandhi once told, I give 1 rupee from the center, only around 5 paise or something reaches the people. Okay, remaining through corruption and middlemen, it all goes away. That is why now our latest government are using digital things and all, telling direct 1 rupee transfer. From there 1 rupee you send, 1 rupee will reach the bank account. So that thing, right, top-down approach, that used to be wrong. So Niti Aayog was brought in, which is bottom-up approach. Okay, meaning Niti Aayog will have, like, they will look what is the ground level problem and based on that plans will be made. We don't have 5-year plan now. Earlier we had 5-year plan, right? Panchvarsh Yojana. Now we have another thing, a 3-year short-term goal, 7-year long-term goal. That are all basics of Niti Aayog. When you study, you will know. In Lakshmikant, there is a chapter for Niti Aayog in the latest edition. Okay, so read that. So top-down approach won't work. You have to involve the local and then combine all the issues like social, economic, environmental, all problems, and then design this thing. India also has proposed an approach already to G20, which is called the LIFE. Okay, lifestyle for sustainable development. So there, principles number 7 of LIFE is where telling like the world leaders should recognize the role of local community, regional government, traditional knowledge, everything. These are all is important. Like that's why we are bringing back the Ayurveda, yoga, this and all is going to play a big role. Okay, the local lifestyle has to change. Then only we can achieve sustainable development in the long run. Okay, and again concluding, they're telling democracy is of the people, for the people, by the people. And India, we are independent, but we are still not Purna Swaraj, meaning still now in certain areas it is the government deciding something and forcing it on the people. The people's, what are their needs, that and all is still not, it's all lip service they are telling. Okay, the vision of local governance is only in paper and they are not understanding their problem and making policies. Okay, so now conclusion that Bharat Mandapam or the Pragati Maidan, they have inaugurated world-class venue for G20 summit, and then there more resolutions will come and people will tell, and then no matter who wins in 2024 elections and whose photos comes in billboards and all, they are telling the governance, if it is top down and this and all, it is bad. Okay, it has to be local involved, and pressure to change these things, new solutions should come from the system itself. The people in power should understand that local has to be involved, and then only the ground level problems can be solved, not only India's, around the world also. That is how the author is concluding. Now the last article, new age startup, or it's called deep tech. Okay, if you see advanced materials, the new materials and all, artificial intelligence, biotech, blockchain or cryptocurrency is there, robotics and drones, photonics and electronics, quantum computing. This is the future. This is where now the most number of startup companies are coming, not only in India, across the world, in USA and all. Since many years these things are happening. Now in India also 3,000 players are there, 3,000 deep tech startup, which is 12% of overall startup. Then 53% of this happened in the last 10 years. Then 78% of this has a B2B business model, business to business, like that. The $2.7 billion funding. These are stats. Okay, this is not there in Hindu. This is I am taken from, I think, Times Now or Times of India's newspapers, one picture which came. So these are the things which came as per NASSCOM report. Data. Whenever a question comes on deep tech, you have to use this. Then your answer will be better than others. Okay, because in Hindu none of this is there. These are extra points. Okay, so now in this one question which is not directly related, but real sector. In 2022, UPSC decided to ask something which we also did not teach you. Which of the following activities constitute real sectors in the economy? Okay, farmers harvesting their crop, textile mills converting raw cotton into fabrics, commercial bank lending money to trading company, corporate body issuing rupee denominated bond overseas. Which of the following are real sector in the economy? So in no textbook properly a definition nobody will teach you. Primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, agriculture sector, this and all we teach, but real sector a term we directly would not have taught you, and that is why this was a tough question that year. Okay, and this answer will be 1 and 2, where the farmers and this thing. So this you can pause and read, okay, as a homework or something. This answer I am giving you. Another 2 questions anyway I have given you, where answer you have to tell in comment section. This one answer also I am giving you. Okay, so why it is not there, the second and third one, that you can pause this and read this. This is the proper detailed explanation. In our test series also this level of explanation will be there. Okay, question, answer key, answer explanation, and in case it's a newspaper related one, newspaper link also will be there. Like that, that is one question. Like that in each test 100 questions will be there. Hundreds of pages, total 15,000 plus pages of notes you get in the entire year. Okay, meaning in the form of MCQs. Other coaching class give simply Wikipedia kind of notes. We put it in the question format directly, so that you see the question also, you see the notes also. Okay, that is why our method we believe is better. Okay, you get to see what question also will come in the exam. Okay, so try to enroll. WhatsApp number is given. And now this article remaining portion, the great Indian startup boom of the last decade led by young entrepreneurs. This is why it happened, because we had the Startup India, about which 2016 prelims question came. Startup India and Stand Up India, 2016 when it launched, prelims question came. So that time government made an environment for entrepreneurs, and you know, before 2014, 15 and all, 13 and all, very less startups were there in India. But now after that only, this even education startups, whichever you know, everything came now only, because government made that. Okay, 3 years tax holiday, 2 years this thing, then many easy thing for like business, this thing to set up a business, whatever steps were there, that they made easy. GST portal came, everything became digital, everything became so easy that you sit at home and you can start a business if you have the proper idea of what business you want to do, and you have a team, you have a financial thing, everything you know, means you can do a business at home. Okay, so this is what the startup boom happened through Startup India, and it is not limited to metro cities. It went to this rural areas, suburban areas. You know, this Shark Tank program and all, which comes, which is actually an English program. They made it in Hindi also now. So that rural people and all started becoming entrepreneurs. One idea they had, now just they need funding. So people started funding them. So in tier 2, tier 3 cities, not in the main cities, the other secondary cities also, many of the startups started coming. It started getting recognized by the government. Indian youth got more freedom, more decision making power for their own destiny. This and all happened in the last 10 years. So startup movement is moving beyond the consumer, internet and e-commerce, meaning first we know what startup they will do, a grocery app, an education app, a shopping app. This is what they used to do. Now it is moving beyond that, moving to deep technology areas. That is the article. That is space, remote sensing, artificial intelligence, robotics, biotech, pharma, electric vehicles, drones, defense, telecommunications, semiconductor. These are all part of deep tech startups. So there, if you see real sectors, that word was there, that's why real economy related question I thought I will show you. So like that, the sectors are changing, where people are coming in with more and more tech, which directly consumer may not buy. As I told, most will be B2B business, meaning government will be maybe purchasing from them, or one business will be purchasing from another business. Okay, meaning technology, somebody will be inventing and doing a startup. This technology maybe Reliance needs, maybe Tata need. So like that, they will acquire them, they will buy them. So it will be B2B business rather than like a grocery app where you are the customer and you will buy from them. Okay, it will be B2B. That is what is happening now. That's the booming thing. So deep tech entrepreneurship is also creating new avenue for science and technology discoveries. Okay, meaning this is again more and more research is happening. When some startups are coming, means obviously research is also going on. Labs are growing. IIT Madras Research Park, they are telling they did something and got 50,000 crore funding. CCAMP did some 7 biotech startup. They raised 550 crore. These are all examples. Okay. National Chemical Laboratory Venture Center, they also filed a lot of patents, and many institutions started funding them. So like that, when somebody comes with a private startup, government funding also will come, or other private people will come to funding. Like that, many funding, research, everything is booming parallelly. Okay. So they are telling the faculty members find it easier to spin out their discovery through startup, meaning suppose IIT or someone found out something. So they believe that better contact some startup which is related to them, or they itself start a startup, or that scientist itself, their faculty member, they will themselves start a startup, and through startups making it reach the people or public. That is the new trend going on. Okay. Instead of licensing for patent and then selling it to someone, they're not giving to someone, they themselves are starting that startup itself. Okay. That is a trend going on. So this is now, as I told, public lab, institution, funding, everything is booming. The deep tech startup are the main route through which India is taking technology risk and crucial element of any country's process to build new capability. Meaning India has to get this new technology, new this thing and all. This is the route now. Okay, through startups and through research labs. So traditional risk-taking sectors as government department and legacy corporate seem frozen. Meaning earlier government used to do, our Indian science organizations or DRDO, ISRO, these people used to do some new research and inventions and all, or maybe not government department, the legacy corporates, meaning Reliance, Tata, these people used to do something. But now they are also afraid, because they are all now competing to become that top richest person, maintain their stock market prices high. They are doing that. So now if you try something experimental, something goes wrong. Okay, suppose any one individual unit goes wrong also, the entire Reliance share will go down. You saw that in many cases you would have seen. Okay, Adani's, like everything will be booming. One sector, some mistake happened, Adani's, all the company share will go down. So now they are not taking risk. They are like kind of frozen. Instead, somebody else will do the risk taking, somebody will do the research, somebody will do the everything, and these people will go and acquire them. Okay, so that company fully they'll buy. So that also I'll show you examples in the next page. And India mostly have found success in pharma sector. Okay, in the medicine and technology, vaccines, this is where we have found most of the success when it comes to startups. Okay, many mission drive initiatives have happened in space, defense and all, but pharma is the place where we got things. So you see, successful model they are telling, where they, as I told, corporate will go and acquire. Tata is buying Sankhya and Tejas Network, Reliance is acquiring Faradion, Hero Motors is buying Ether Motors. So like that, people are big, they are themselves not taking risk, they are letting other startups to grow and then they go and acquire them. Okay. So, measuring risk and progress during frequent rounds of funding negotiation. This is the plus point of this kind of thing. The startup, when they do something right, they have to get funding. So, to get funding once, they will go and explain all their project. They will show the test case, they will demo, they will show everything. They will show the full, like whether it is fitting the market, everything they will show. So, one time done. After a few months, they will need second round of funding. That time again they will show. So, repeatedly when they are doing this again and again to do the funding, get the funding, they are making their product more and more convincing for the investors also, for the public also. Meaning it's actually working. It's actually worth investing. So, that way there is an advantage compared to other existing companies which they do. Okay, because startup needs funding. Okay, so round of funding is helping them to improve. The different stages are helping the product market fit, which we call, that is employed here. Okay. The model has been identified to scale innovation. The government and industry must magnify this model, this new model which is there, which is successful. Government should magnify it, industry also, and then create more enterprises to get India's level. Okay, so what author is suggesting is a Startup India 2.0 now is the best time. Second phase of entrepreneurship. So here you can focus on these real sectors which we mentioned above. Okay, these all the new sectors that you can do, and they're telling 2 points there, 2 route. One is the funding. Under SIDB, okay, we have something called SIDB, NABARD, SIDB and all in our countries there. So SIDB has something called fund of funds. Okay, so that funds of fund, now you should expand to these sectors also and provide more funding to these people who are doing new tech, deep tech startups. Okay, second point, enable mass procurement of indigenously developed technology. Meaning India also, we buy like Russia's technology, we buy USA technology. Instead, we ourselves, people are doing a lot of things. A mass procurement should be there. When they also, startup people understand that government itself will buy our product, they will show more enthusiasm to make it perfect and make it like faster. Okay, else they don't know who will buy a thing, like whether we will be successful or not, or whether we invested a lot of money and then nobody wants it. They will not be like enthusiastic. So government should do mass procurement of their technologies also, government and industry. Okay, see, defense, smart city, health, in these sectors and all, government can purchase technology. That's what they are telling. Okay, so industry and industry bodies also have a key role to play in kickstarting this locally made technology, and they're giving co-creation of product, solution at incubator, rapid testing and certification, support to procurement. These are all keywords you can use in your answer also. How to make these startups boom faster. These are the things which can be done. Okay, so the first iteration of Startup India, the first one which we had, fund of fund, that initiated, that is fine. Now 2.0 should direct the energies of India's entrepreneur towards India's industrial and public capabilities. Okay, meaning the startup should be, their energy should be diverted to the government or the industries, so that job creation happens, national security related more technology we get, national capabilities improved. This is how the author is suggesting. Okay, so I hope this detailing is helping you. Okay, I'm putting a lot of effort to give you like 10 times more information than what is there in the Hindu. Okay, I can simply read out the Hindu and finish it in like 20 minutes episode I can do. But one time learning from Vysh IAS is like your lifetime learning. Okay, you will not forget it. You will be like very interested also, because I tell you in a little bit story format with examples, with highlighting everything, like a perfect mains answer. That's why I tell you my editorial is actually free mains coaching. People keep asking, sir, do you have mains classes? Mains classes. Simply GS1, GS2, GS3, I can also give 60 hours class, 20 hours class, I can do. It won't help. That is like static thing which all coaching are copying from each other and doing the same teaching. Okay, that also we may launch later. Okay, but primary UPSC question paper, if you see last 2-3 years, is coming directly from newspaper, directly from Hindu, directly from Indian Express. This thing, if you catch up, this concept building, story relation, okay, static versus dynamic, they are the ones who will clear UPSC. Okay, every topper who has become topper, right, they used to be interested in geopolitics, interested in world science, interested in environment and animals and all the, everything they like, their interest is there. That is why they are passing exams. Okay, there's nothing new for them. It's all like their favorite topics. Because I know many people are preparing, history is so boring, I don't like, international relations so complication, how much to by heart, science is very technical. Like this attitude if you have, right, you will not pass. You have to love the subject first. Okay, and this love, I will generate it for you free of cost through my foundation. Watch my 30 foundation video, you will like fall in love with UPSC. Okay, two things will happen. Either you will fall in love with UPSC, or you will understand that you are not capable of giving UPSC. Either way, it is good for you. You will not waste many years. First itself, if you understand this exam, I am anyway not be able to clear. This is not my type of exam. You will anyways, first year itself, you will understand that with my foundation. Else with foundation, you will get a clear route that, okay, UPSC is my thing. This is exactly like how I study. This is how my, all my career or my 10th, 12th college has gone through. This is my pattern of studies only. So I can pass. So that either way you will get the decision by watching my free foundation. So please WhatsApp me and get that foundation. Tell me in comments and participate so that engagement happens. Instagram also a lot of things I am posting. Your support is there. I will keep continuing this. Okay, 4-5 hours of my day is going on this one single video. But if it is helping you pass the exam, then I don't have any problem. But you should support that this channel grows. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.